In '89, you dropped No One Can Do It Better, produced by Dr. Dre. And it's a hit, eventually reaching platinum status a few years after its release. Before the crash, what did your first ideas for the follow-up look like?
If I'm being honest, and I am most of the time.
Most of the time.
People's party.
I never got a chance to dream that far. You know what I mean? Never got a chance to dream that far.
Wow.
In my career, I did a total of 16 songs. That's all I got. That's all I got. You know what I mean? But 12 of them was some hell of a fucking records.
Right.
You know? But like I'm a spiritual guy, right? God said that's all you need.
Right.
Yes, indeed. Since you brought up the crash, can we talk a little bit about the circumstances behind it? I read somewhere that you said it was a tube being inserted wrong and not necessarily the car crash that affected your voice?
Yeah.
Can you break some of that down?
I found that out years later, right? I found out that there's a process that they go to when it's life-saving measures. First on the scene, medics trying to establish a breathing tube down my throat and just dislodged what we would call a larynx, the vocal box. Just shoved it out of the way. And so when I woke up, I didn't know what had happened. In my haste to get healed, I went in for what they said would be removing scar tissue that would help expedite the healing process. But when they did that, what they did was just
make it worse.
They just destroyed it. They just took all the cartilage away from the thing, and so it could never. In fact, the voice that I have now is only because the left side began to pull itself over to the right side to try, and so it looks like Popeye's arms, the top and bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The left side is huge because it's trying to make its way,
so much stronger.
and the left side is really small. So when that happened, and that was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks after the crash, that was pretty much it. It wasn't gonna ever be able to come back.
It's a hell of a thing for an MC to go through.
Like I said, it's a God thing, bro.
Yes, indeed.
You later revealed that you were on alcohol and weed that night, and you got pulled over, but the cop let you go. Do you think that officer had an obligation to pull you over for a DUI so you could be prevented from hurting anyone else or yourself?
See, this is an interesting question in that I'm going to say it again, I'm a very spiritual person, which is why I don't hold grudges against any of those men in the past that may have not done
right by you,
the right things where I was concerned. Because had they done what I would deem the right thing, maybe I wouldn't be here today. Had the police taken me to jail that night, maybe I wouldn't be here today. So in order for me to walk that path, all those things had to happen the way they happened.
Right.
And it was weed, alcohol, ecstasy, and cocaine.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I had been doing that for almost 2 days. Like I was doing it, shooting this video to the formula, and Beautiful but Deadly. And it was a 2-day shoot for 2 videos, a lot of hours. And I'm falling asleep, and somebody offered me something that they thought could help me stay up. And I took it. And 24 hours later, I crashed out.
Wow.
I mean, it's just a very deadly combination because they always, like when you take ecstasy, they tell you don't drink and do ecstasy. It's like either or. So it's thank God like you got in a crash and your heart didn't stop.
Well, I'm from Texas.
What we done started. Look at what we done started. This the people party. When opportunity knocking, then young nigga move that door. Whoa, get your foot stuck in it, call me young, go get it. Now you can't fuck with it, might as well go with it.